Have a sit. Put your feet up, you know. Greetings from Austin,
Texas.
We did the thing.
We're here.
This isn't the biggest state, is it? It's Alaska, right?
Alaska is the biggest state. But this is the biggest state in the lower 48.
Bingo, bango.
Which is, okay, can we talk about, like, the term the lower 48 for a second?
I was praying you would say that.
Okay, because I think it's really dumb because, like, Hawaii is not north.
No.
It's not upper. It's outer. So why are we calling it the lower 48? We should call it the inner 48.
Yeah.
Right?
Or wouldn't they be the inner 49 then? Because Alaska's connected.
But it's still out a little bit.
Right.
It still could be considered outer too.
How far out you got to be?
I think just not touching any other states.
So Alaska is...
Alaska doesn't touch any states, so they're outer.
You sure?
They don't touch any U.S. states.
Really?
No, it doesn't border a single U.S. state.
All right. Well...
It borders like the Bering Strait and then Canada.
Is that like a nickname you gave me or something?
The Bering Strait.
Well, let's each recap our travels up until we met up yesterday.
Okay.
You left first.
I left first, and I was scared that I was going to miss my flight because it was at 6 a.m. So I stayed up all night Saturday and took an Uber to the airport at like 4:30 in the morning.
Nice.
On Sunday morning. And the Boise airport on Sunday morning at 4:30 in the morning was the busiest I've ever seen it for the last like 3 years that I've flown out of there. I fly like pretty regularly, like every other month. And yeah, it was the busiest I've ever seen it at 4:30 in the morning going through security.
Sunday.
I go through security, I get on my flight to Salt Lake super quick. Literally, I passed out on the plane, woke up, and we were in Salt Lake. And I was like, oh, this is sick. Just teleported. And then I waited for like 2 hours in the Salt Lake airport, which was weird because it was like the sun was rising kind of. But I felt like it should have been setting. And then I got on my flight to come to Texas, sat next to a very fat person. That sucked. And then there was another fat person who sat in front of me, and their hand was just like this on the screen of my seat the entire time. They just did this. And I wanted to like grab their finger and like maybe like
gummy worm.
Yeah, like throw some sticky shit in their hand or whatever. Like
it's like when your dad reaches back when he gets snacks on a road trip.
Here. Give me.
Come on.
Put them in my hand. Give me goldfish.
Nice.
And then I got to Austin and I fucking came to the hotel, walked around a little bit, enjoyed the sunshine. It's warm here.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
It's been a long time since I felt 70 degrees on my skin.
Went outside for a walk earlier, and I took my sweater off, wore it around my waist.
Wild.
I know, yeah. It's been months since I've done something cocky like that.
It is kind of like, it's hard though because it's like it's warm during the day, right? Like, but then it does get pretty chilly at night.
It got chilly last night.
Yeah, when we were out last night, I was pretty cold. I can only imagine all those whores and sluts. They were out last night dressed in absolutely nothing and just walking around. But also, like, I know that
we
women,
the whores and sluts were mostly dudes.
They were.
Like.
It was pretty much all dudes, actually.
Yeah.
It was all dude whores and dude sluts. There was not a single woman in that category at all. There was the one guy who had essentially just like a nipple band, and then like he was wearing tighty whities, like walking around kind of. And baby, when you touch me like that.
Wow,
yeah.
Cool. Usually I'm singing that song. There were nights when the wind was so cold.
The comedy.
Right. It was. There was some.
There was some good stuff.
Yeah. We did 2 comedies yesterday. several hours in between the two, unintentionally.
Yeah, they were supposed to be kind of back to back. Honestly, it was supposed to work out. Basically, the sign up was supposed to be right when we got to the other place at Shakespeare's, but they were running another show late, really late.
About 2 hours late.
About 3.5 hours late is what it felt like. Oh my God. And it was okay.
Yeah.
It was okay.
Mm-hmm.
The open mic was fun. It was just such a bummer that like it's a bummer doing comedy at 2 a.m. to a crowd full of people that had just been like walking around all night, probably going to other shows, probably just getting hammered, you know, so that by the time they get there, they're just like not at all willing to pay attention to anybody other than whatever fucking girl or guy they're trying to get home with that night.
True.
Which is fun to watch, but it's definitely a struggle on stage when just nobody's listening. Like it made the first open mic, which was like a music one that we crashed, where only 4 people were like actually paying attention, feel like a really good audience. Like I was like, oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited tonight to do. Hopefully we can get on at Mothership.
That would be sweet.
Those are the main mics tonight that we're gonna be hitting. Gotta go down, sign up for the Mothership open mic, and then for Kill Tony and then I don't know, but they're like
those two.
They're within an hour. The sign-ups are, and that's like at the front door.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do it.
Mark our word. Yeah. It's been. Yeah.
How's your travel?
It was nice. Woke up around 5:36. Took a shower, got an Uber, and then drove me to the airport. I think you took all the crowd with you because it was pretty mellow for me. There was one person about halfway through security when I showed up. It was pretty nice. And then didn't even have to flex my pre-check. I could have. I should have.
Oh, you have pre-check?
Yeah.
Oh, I wish I had pre-check, dude. Yeah. I need to get it.
It's nice. It takes forever. When I first got it, I had a trip like 6 months ahead, and the thing said it usually takes like a month or two. I was like, easy. And I signed up, and like 5 months went by, and I didn't get anything back. And I was like, cool, they think I'm a terrorist. So I called and was like, hey, I did the thing like forever ago. It's been twice the amount of time that it said it was going to be. The guy was like, oh yeah, sometimes it takes a minute. What's your name, whatever. And he went through, and then he basically moved me like up in their priority thing. And like 3 days went by, and then he said wait a week and then call me if you don't get an email. And I didn't, so I called him, and he was like, oh, okay, I guess there's just a delay. And I was like, should I just plan on not getting it? Because like leaving in, like my family's down here, we're leaving tomorrow. So should I just plan on getting there early and just taking my shoes off? And the guy was just like, honestly, yeah.
That's the most frustrating thing about not having pre-check is when you're traveling with others who do have it, and you just watching them like cut, and you're like, this is so fucked, dude. Like, I'm just being separated from my entire squad. Like,
yep. But then I got through. What did I do? I didn't get a coffee because I wanted to try to sleep a little bit.
mm-hmm.
And then I think it was pretty. When I was waiting at the gate, a cop showed up with his drug dog and just hung out around me for so long. Then he started playing fetch with the dog, and then he started hiding little like canvas bags under all the seats to train the dog, I assume. I guess they do it in the morning. And then he left, and then got on the plane, flew to Salt Lake, hung out there for like an hour-ish, roughly. And then I got a bagel and a coffee. And then I got on the plane. I watched the Wonka movie. First flight, I listened to an audiobook, Uncle of the Year by Andrew Rannells. It was nice. flight to Austin was like 3.5 hours.
Yeah, it was longer than I thought it was
Something
going
like
to be.
that. We had a headwind.
Oh, you did?
Lots of turbulence.
We had some turbulence, too.
Watched the Wonka movie. It was amazing. Here's how I thought of this about it. So I told you my high and dry story.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a song I've heard by my oh so favorite Jeremy Jordan that I had only heard him sing, and I thought it was an original. And then I heard that song, heard the lyrics on the radio, and I was like, this isn't JJ. And then turns out it was a Radiohead song. I didn't know that Radiohead made Creed, and it was a song called High and Dry. And I would say with the Wonka movie, I don't know if there were any like Broadway people or singers in it, but it was a musical. And I feel like the Wonka movie was the Radiohead version of High and Dry. And if they had like actual singers, it would be the Jeremy Jordan one. Still, both of them are good.
No,
One is just
one's poppy and the other is like traditional.
Yeah, dude. But it was nice. It was good.
Okay, that's sweet. I want to talk about the girl at the musical open mic last night.
She was really good.
What was her name? I don't
remember.
I didn't catch it. I think it was like Jane or something, but start with a J. She was so good. And then when her and the saxophone guy hopped on it together, that was fucking sick. Like, that guy could play the saxophone, man.
That was nice.
Yeah.
It was cool to listen to some jazzy tunes.
Mm-hmm. It was really cool. And then that guy was just really nice, too. And he was very...
He was a sweetheart.
Yeah.
He said he liked our jokes. He was laughing.
Mm-hmm. He was laughing. He was laughing, like, actually laughing.
Yeah, that was cool.
Mm-hmm. And he went by, like, what, Sax Guy 69? Like, Sexy Sax
like
Guy
that.
69? That's pretty funny. I like that.
Having sax or something. Yeah, it was cool. Let's see. Landed, met up with you here. We hung out for a minute, and then we went downtown to... I think we just went straight to... We walked down 6th Street.
Yeah, we just walked down 6th and checked it out, kind of.
Straight to that industry bar.
Mm-hmm.
And... we got to do 10 minutes, which was cool. Should have just sang. And then we went to another open mic that was supposed to start at, let's say 11, sign up at 10:30, and then it started around 1.
Yep.
Then we did 4 minutes, and then we left. And we came back to the hotel, and I was very hungry.
I passed out immediately.
I was starving, so I went to 7-Eleven, and I bought a loaf of bread, some peanut butter and jelly, and a frozen pizza. Yeah.
Can I make a PB&J later?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so hungry.
Yeah. I got a pizza so that we can figure out a way to cook in here.
I thought... Oh, there's no oven. There's just a stove.
We can put it on a pan or something.
Microwave it or something. I bet if we microwave it and then put it on the pan...
Ooh,
you know,
seared.
Yeah. I think that would probably work.
Yeah.
It's I was like, the bars, like the 6th Street bars, all are so cool.
Yeah.
Like every bar has like this like kind of niche little cool fun style about it, and like seems really fun. It's kind of like when you're walking 6th, it feels like a cool... It kind of feels like Fremont Street in Vegas a little bit almost, just because there's like so many like chirpers outside being like, fucking $2 shots. And I think also just because they had it closed off for South by. And maybe they always have it closed. I don't know.
I don't think they do. I think, I've seen like videos of people like pulling up there with tour buses and stuff.
Okay.
And it might, I don't know. I don't think it's closed off like that all the time.
They probably do that in Boise for Tree Fort and stuff too, huh?
Yeah.
South by to me feels like Austin's Tree Fort.
I think Tree Fort is
Boise's South by. Yeah. Well, yeah. No, obviously everything in Boise is based off of something somewhere else because we're old, or everywhere else is older than us.
Yeah.
I was like watching like YouTube videos like what to do in Austin, and like so many people include like this is how I know that travel vloggers are fucking nerds, is that like all the videos are like go see the Austin State Capitol building. And I'm like, that is so stupid. It looks exactly the same as every state capitol building ever, except with a different seal on the floor. Like they're all big marble buildings with the same architecture. Like,
and on top.
They were like, this building when it was built was the 7th largest building in the world. And I'm like, okay, well yeah, it was 1890. Of course it was. Like, it's just a normal like. I was watching the video. I'm like, it really, you can't in the video at least tell that it's different from Boise's at all. It looks exactly the same other than the state seal on the floor. I'm like, if that's what you're coming to Austin to do, just go to a state capitol building. That is so lame, dude. Get better. Like, I'm sorry, but you just need better hobbies and interests. If that's what you're into, like, I just want to go see the state capitol building. Like, every state has one of those. That's not special.
I need an activity to do I don't want to go to look at something. I can just Google that.
Yeah, I'm fine looking at stuff as long as what I'm looking at is worth looking at, and I can only see it in that place.
You would love Plymouth Rock.
Okay, that...
No, you'd hate it.
I've heard and seen pictures, and I already hate that place.
It is a shrine built upon a rock. It's crazy.
Yeah, dude, because, like, growing up, and we've talked about this before, like, growing up in the West, when you hear about Plymouth Rock, you think like, oh, it's this fucking massive boulder that like stretches hundreds of feet into the sky and they carved their name on it. And that's not what it is at all.
It's down in the ground.
So stupid, dude. Like Beacon Rock in Washington, like by where my dad lives, you know, like the 900-foot tall like rock on the side of the Columbia that you can walk up.
That's a cool rock.
Yeah, that's a cool fucking rock, dude.
Fun rock.
Yeah. Fucking Plymouth Rock. Go fuck yourself, dude. Fuck pilgrims, too, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't like the buckles.
Yeah.
Hat and shoe buckles seem weird and counterintuitive.
Say that to people here. Be bumping buckles.
Buckle bunnies. That's what Sluts and Pilgrim was called. They were buckle bunnies, but they were about the hat buckles.
What's like the slut strand equivalent to like a belt buckle person? Your pubes hanging out of the thing.
Yeah, the pubes like coming out.
I assume maybe it's like a way of tucking in your shirt to where the thing shows more.
That's got to be what it is. Yeah, it's like just the front, I think, of your shirt into it or something.
You think anyone's ever been like stopped a bullet with a belt buckle? Like they're like, I would have died if not for this giant longhorn on my crotch.
I would love to make like a suit of armor out of belt buckles.
Yeah,
that would be kind of cool. Like different, like all different belt buckles. So you have like all these different weird like designs conglomerated on it. That would be cool, I think.
I think the big ones would go good on your shoulders.
Yeah.
That'd be sick. You'd like some cowboy football player.
I had a lot of friends who did like 4-H and that stuff and had like a lot of belt buckles. Because you get like a belt buckle every time you like win 4-H or whatever.
I have a folder
like,
in my...
Your cow is the best pussy. Here's a belt buckle.
Your cow fucks the hardest. I have a folder in my phone that I've been just writing jokes in since high school. And the very first one, it just says 4-H is messed up. Still haven't made a joke about it yet, but
you just have that written there.
So whenever I open it, the first line I see is 4-H is messed up, and then right after that is bunnies and gun control. Because I thought of a way to tie them together.
Something there. Yeah. That's funny.
I could explain. It's like I learned that hunters sometimes back in the day when they were hunting coyotes, they would to call them in, they would find a rabbit and literally like strangle it so it makes the noise. The
dying rabbit.
And I was like, that's crazy. That's messed up. And then I asked my dad about it. And he's like, oh yeah, that's a thing. It's hard to catch a rabbit, but if you can't, like, it's the most like authentic sound or whatever. And I was like, that's insane. We shouldn't let people be able to just go strangle any bunny they want. I think if you, like, obviously you need to, like, protect yourself with a bunny. That's fine. That's a different thing. But we need to keep bunnies out of the hands of these people that are just going to strangle them. It's better to have a bunny and not need it than to need a bunny and not have it when you're hunting coyotes.
I'm just, like, imagining, like, old like trappers like having a bag full of live bunnies, and they're just like pulling them out like, "Ah," like squeezing it in the air like.
Just a bag of bunnies.
And it's like that scene in Zombieland, like at the end where Woody Harrelson is like blowing the blowhorns and all the zombies are following him and stuff, you know? And like there's just some fucking trapper, he's like squeezing a rabbit in the air, and like all these coyotes are just like coming out of the woodwork.
It's like you're like hanging out with your friends at camp, and then you're like, I don't know, Jim goes out to get supplies or something, and then you just hear like a light whistle. And you're like, what is that? It's getting louder. And it's closer and closer. And then you hear footsteps. And then Jim comes running by with a rabbit above his head, like, ah! And then 12 coyotes just.
How many coyotes do you think you could fight off? Have I asked you this before? I feel like
we had to talk about this with Dakota a little bit ago. Yeah. And I barely think I could maybe get lucky with one. But it would be all luck. I don't think I could take hardly any wild animal. I think, yeah, I don't know. I don't trust anyone who's like, if you just gave me like a pocket knife, I could fight off a pack of them. Like, no.
I believe in people. I believe that people think they could do that, and like the confidence that they have there is hilarious to me.
Yeah, it's the size of a dog, so like, why not?
It's a small dog. You just kick it hard enough, you know, and that's their thought process. But you got to think about like. Coyotes will literally go paralyzed and find ways to survive on two legs in the wild. Like, they're the most, like, some of the most, like, I will not fucking give up until I murder whatever is in front of me animal.
Like either I'm going to die or you will.
Yeah.
Like, and especially if there's more than one, like, you're fucked. I don't know anyone who could do anything. One, I could see maybe you get a lucky hand on their throat and call in some bunnies when you grab it. But
I feel like I would go for a tail and try to swing. And then I'm just like, you know,
some hammer throw shit.
Yeah, as they're like running at you, they're like getting hit by it and like flying off.
Some camper a mile away, a coyote just lands in their fire pit.
Like, you're like, what the fuck?
Where else but Texas? We should go pig hunting while we're here.
Oh,
find a ranch,
dude.
This place is overrun with them. We could find one.
I'm sure we could
ship some frozen bacon home.
That would be so awesome, actually.
Yeah. Some javelinas, dude.
There's a bunch of like cool, like ranch experiences that I was looking at, like where you can like go stay on a ranch or whatever and get like an authentic cowboy experience. And I'm like, we're from Idaho. We don't really need to do that. Like,
I'm trying to distance myself.
I could just go stay with my cousins if I want to do that.
Is it like a modern day cowboy or like back in the day cowboy? Because they're both their own degree of bad.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. I don't know if it's like you go and stay on like some nice like Yellowstone type fucking ranch, or if it's like a dude ranch, you know, where you go and you're like, I would do a dude ranch. I think that would be cool. Like just spend like 5 days like in old timey,
just with your buddies,
just acting like fucking. You're in the actual 18th century. Like,
yeah, man, just going to the saloon and stuff.
Yeah.
Barn doors everywhere. That'd be tight. When you get too drunk at a place, they throw you through
Yeah, they literally like throw you through the door. And you're like,
I would
do the whole rollout thing. I want to make a Western movie so bad. I think it would be so fun.
I would pay money to get like authentically thrown through a set of double doors.
For sure. Here's $100. Throw me out.
Like, can I come back in after? I just want to.
Can you do like a couple, and we'll get a couple takes. This is for my Instagram.
Yeah, that would be sick.
Oh, that would be sick.
What else do we do? We did the open mics. We got tired. Came back today, and
we really haven't done much. I mean, in Austin, other than like walked around downtown a little bit last night.
I guess in total we have been here like less than a day still.
I mean, it's literally been less than 24 hours.
Yeah.
My flight landed like at 1:45 yesterday.
Oh, I'm gonna get back so much later. I'm gonna get back to Boise like 10 p.m.
Oh, really? That sucks, dude. I get back at like 4.
I'm lucky.
Yeah. Yeah, I get back at 4, but then I'm doing 20 minutes that day at Clairvoyant that night.
I don't know if I'll be able to make it. Damn.
I don't think you will, honestly. It sucks.
You doing suds after?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. It's not my hosting week, but Actually, it might be my hosting. No, it's not, because I hosted last week.
Yeah.
It's honestly really nice to having like a rotating host gig and just doing it like once every third week or whatever, because like, I don't know, it's just easy to plan stuff around.
Yeah. Let's see. What's the goal today? I think we should go through the podcast I just slapped together. We can get that exported for tomorrow.
Nice.
And then Kill Tony and Mothership Mike tonight are the two like I want to at least sign up for and just be there for
Same.
that. And then Shakespeare, pretty indifferent too. If we're around and it's starting.
Let me see if there's...
But it would be cool to just hang out around the mothership and like meet people while we're waiting.
Yeah, I just want to hang out downtown, to be honest, and like if we go to a coffee shop or whatever and work on stuff, like I don't really care. But
because I also want to treat this like a vacay.
yeah, me too. I'm like very indifferent to kind of
Do
which
want to play
mics
tourist a little bit.
we do. I want to at some point. There's a couple different things I really want to check out. I want to go to Congress Bridge and see the bats flying.
Ooh, how far is that?
It's like right off 6th Street, I think. So,
Dude, when I went to 7-Eleven and crossed the bridge over here in the dark, it's terrifying.
oh, dude, I bet it's scary. Oh my! Wait, you crossed the bridge? You went that way then?
Yeah.
Okay, because I went to the gas station over the other one, the Mobile or whatever. Yeah, I figured it would be because I was like, "There's no way they're keeping a gas station with a fucking bakery inside of it open like after a certain time."
Yeah, I think the 7-Eleven does like Grubhub stuff, so they stay open a little later. But yeah, I had to cross this bridge, and there's like a gap on it. There's a bridge, gap, bridge, and then another highway going under it. And like when there's no cars on the highway underneath, it's just a dark, empty pit. And like it's just the rail. It might just be because I'm tall, but it felt like it only went up to like here. And I was like, if I had a few more drinks before, and I just stumbled into I would fall.
Oh my god!
And the safety railing, half of it's broken off because it seemed like a car hit it or something.
Oh, that's fucking funny.
But we got pizza.
There's this road, like right where the gas station that I went to comes out. There's a road, and you can tell it's an old road, and it's got like a bunch of trees falling like right on the beginning of it. So no one's been up there, like you can tell. But I was looking on the map, and apparently there's a cemetery up there. I want to go explore.
Okay.
At some point, I want to go explore it. Maybe tonight, and it's fun and scary.
Yeah.
And we go film and do like a little Austin haunting video at the fucking cemetery.
I had the same feeling when I went to Mount Hood with you for the first time. Like going to a place that you've seen in videos like so much to where like you basically know the mountain, but you haven't been there. It feels like you're in a video game or something.
Yeah.
Like, it was cool seeing. I've seen just videos of Austin over the last year, and just seeing all the landmarks and stuff that you've seen in all these videos. It's like, I think it helps ease the transition into a new place, but it also it's cool going somewhere new, but also being familiar with it.
No, for sure. There's also like, I think Austin is a little different, like in that feeling, like, and it's cooler because like you only really see like what they want you to see on the camera, right? So like you only see like the stages and stuff like that, really. Like you don't see a lot of like what the outside is or like what the back end looks like. And so it's really interesting, like, or at least like for me, it was hard to like visualize where the mothership was, like kind of, or like what it would be like on the outside, and like seeing it up like next to all those other bars on the strip and seeing 6th Street. It's like, oh, whoa, this is like way kind of different than how I anticipated it was going to be, but it's like really fucking cool. But I definitely get that like familiarity and just like,
yeah. And I think the Ritz is like a very famous theater before it was the mothership, and I think that's why they still have the Ritz sign on
it.
Yeah, I think that place has been around for a minute. I have a picture of the little plaque that they had out front. But
oh yeah, I saw that plaque. Here we go. Here's the Wikipedia page. The Ritz is a historic theater in the 6th Street district in Austin, Texas. The building's history includes use as a movie theater, music hall, club, and comedy house. Reopened after renovations in fall 2007 as the new downtown location for the Alamo Draft House, then temporarily closed in 2020 due to the COVID pandemic, and was permanently closed in 2021 when Alamo filed for bankruptcy, and now it is Joe Rogan's comedy club. The Mothership. It was built in 1929.
Rogan on the Ritz, dude.
And it was a movie theater initially. And it was the first theater in Austin to be built specifically for talkies.
Talkies. Hell yeah, dude, the talkie theater. When you sit and listen to the best podcast hits, Rogan bought the Ritz.
It showed primarily first-run westerns with a lower ticket price than any other theater in town, and frequently brought in stars like Wild Bill Elliott and Dub Taylor, along with country music acts who performed before the movies. In 1937, Hagman's son Elmo took over management and expanded the theater to 800 seats by widening it by 25 feet.
Be honest, could you imagine missionary like this? Just with your head between my knees, and just wrap around somebody. You know what I mean?
I've never been that person in the situation, but I've been the wrapped around person, and it is nice. Yeah, that's nice. When a girl does that to you, oh man. I couldn't even imagine a man though.
Yeah. Damn, that'd be so cool. Sometimes I just wish I was into that just because of how built I am for it.
The most famous show played at the Ritz in the 80s was the Red Hot Chili Peppers, November 23rd in 1986. I don't know why that's on the Wikipedia. That's weird. It's just talking about how in the 80s it was like more of a punk rock club.
That's pretty cool.
So shows such as the Black Flag, that's sick. The Misfits, damn, Circle Jerks, the Dead Kennedys, and Minor Threat. Those are some of like the sickest fucking punk rock bands in the 80s.
Flag. Chad Smith's kid punched me in the dick at a bat mitzvah one time. That was
Chad Smith's kid? Oh yeah, fucking you told me that before.
Can you imagine having music so popular that just you go to a grocery store and they're playing it? Like you go to a bat mitzvah and they play your songs.
But you're a drummer, so no one ever recognizes you.
I think he might be an exception.
Yeah, Chad Smith probably is an exception because he looks so much like Will Ferrell that people are like, hey, it's Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell partied.
I didn't know Will Ferrell wore New Era hats backwards all the time.
Sleeves ripped off tank top kind of fella. Right on. You look like you just got done working as a mechanic. Working in I don't know. Anyways, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I think this is a good recap.
I think so too. We're going to go out tonight, hit some more mics, and be back.
Yeah. And if no one told you today, we love you.
And be pretty good.